Welcome to Is Your Way in Your Way podcast. And I am your host, Cassandra Crawley Mayo. And this podcast are for my listeners who are ready to move forward in their lives, overcome obstacles, mitigate those self imposed and even those external barriers that's preventing you from living your best life. And we explore topics that relate to your personal and business development, and even self improvement. And today we're going to talk about a topic titled Overcoming Procrastination. Now, I have been asked to do this podcast because overcoming procrastination is indeed it it can indeed have a significant impact on your life, on your daily life, based on you and your based on, I'm sorry, an impact in your daily life just hinders you from meeting your goals. So let's talk about that. And prior to me really delving into this, I want you to think, is your way in your way when it comes to this? Is your way in your way when you have goals that you need to accomplish and you're not able to do it due to procrastination? Well, I like to start off with an acronym, and then I want to go through the acronym. And whenever you find yourself procrastinating, I like for you to say reset. It's like a reset button that's going to enable you to stop what you're doing and use your abilities and what you're learning today to overcome procrastination. Now, no, it's not an immediate thing, but you can work on it. And after a while, it'll become habitual. Right now, the procrastination that you're doing, the procrastinating that you're enduring is things that you've always probably procrastinated on. It's just part of your lifestyle. But let's change that. So when I say reset, number one, recognize procrastination. You know when you're doing it, but now I want to make you become more aware of it. And then for the E in reset, I want you to evaluate your priorities. What you are doing, is that a priority based on what you have planned and what goals you plan to accomplish? And S in the reset, set manageable goals. Emphasize the significance of breaking tasks into smaller ones. So remember, set manageable goals. Don't do anything grandiose and say, oh, I'm going to write a book. Okay, so yeah, you can write a book, but you need to make it in smaller tasks and create a plan of action to set some realistic deadlines. So that's for your S. Now, the other T in E in reset is eliminate distractions. Boy, am I good with distractions. All of a sudden, if I hear my phone ping, I will pick it up and see who texted me, or did I get not only a text, but did I get a notification from a message on my phone or whatever. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, we can certainly like, oh, I'm hungry. I think I'm going to go get a bite to eat, and that'll curb my appetite a little bit. But we can the telephone rang. Let me get that. And there are just ways that you can eliminate those distractions. Like, don't answer the telephone. Turn the phone off. Move the phone. Okay, as an example. And then the last one, reset, is take action to overcoming your procrastination. Start with manageable tasks to build your momentum and gradually progress towards the goal. So whenever you find yourself procrastinating, say, up, got to hit the reset button, and I'll repeat what reset button means. Now, so this is the deal. First of all, procrastination requires self-awareness. You must be aware of when you're procrastinating. It just doesn't like ignore it. You have to be aware of it. Also, you have to create effective strategies, and you have to be consistent with your efforts. And ever since I've been studying procrastination and trying to overcome procrastination, I have definitely become more aware of it, and have to reset to figure out, okay, what is it that I need to do? I need to focus on what I want to accomplish today. So we want to set these clear goals and prioritize tasks. We want to make sure that we have goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and a time bound. And set the timeline and to prioritize based on the importance of the goal. Okay. Then you have to create a structured schedule. For example, I have a to-do list that I have every day. And I will write in my to do list what is it that I need to accomplish on that day. And that's important because I have so many things roaming in my brain that I don't know what to do, but I kind of think about what I have to accomplish and set my priorities and write that task down. I have to make sure that it's realistic. I have realistic deadlines. And let me kind of talk about goals. Your goals could be you want to finish your project at work, or you want to clean your closet out, or you need to clean the garage out, or you may have a goal, I want to wash the car today. It's always something to do. It's never nothing to do. But just set that goal and just make sure it's realistic and make sure you structure your schedule around that. And then just use time management techniques like set timers on there's a productivity app that creates a sense of urgency. So perhaps you like, okay, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on my closet today. So I'm going to set a timer. I have an app and I'm going to set the timer, and I'm not going to take any more than maybe an hour to do that, and set it. So the bell, the chime or whatever will ring to let you know, okay, I'm done with that for today, and I'll work on it tomorrow. Now, also, like I talked about a little earlier, manage distractions. And I talked about those. My gosh, there are so many distractions. And then create a designated workspace. I have a workspace that faces a window. And I admit, I'm going to confess, I'm nosy and I like to look at everybody that passed by, like, oh, there's that so and so and so, and I get distracted by that. But because I'm aware of it, cognizant of it, I ignore it because I have this self awareness that there's certain things that I know will distract me. Like the phone, I said earlier, I'll just take the phone and put the phone in another room. Then break task into smaller steps. For example, I want to focus on completing a step at a time. For example, I have podcasts to do, I write blogs, um, I do social media posting, I follow up on relationships that I have, the things that I want to accomplish, on some training initiatives that I'm doing. And once I figure out what my priority is, like I will do it. It's just like the closet thing. I'm only going to set maybe an hour to do that. Then that could be my priority for the day. And then I want to write a blog. And usually for me to write a blog, it takes time, and I may put my schedule like maybe hour and a half or 2 hours on that. So if I'm going to accomplish a blog, at least half of it, a quarter of it, three-fourths of it, I have to make sure the phone is away, make sure I'm not distracted, make sure I'm full. All those housekeeping needs that have been done so that I can focus on that. But realize that I have to schedule this and I'm cognizant of it. And then accountability. Okay. All this has to be consistent. I will tell a friend. I also have an accountability partner, but I will call a friend and say, I'm really, really struggling. I'm just all over the place. I can't seem to get focused. I'm burnt out. And then my accountability will hold me accountable. Someone I can trust. I share my goals and deadlines with them, and then they will hold me accountable. A lot of times, I may do that with my husband and say, I start working about, I don't know, 9 10 o'clock. I'll say 10 o'clock. And then when he gets home from work, I like to be complete. I like to finish and work on it the next day. So I ask him when he comes home to just make sure that he hold me accountable to just taking time off once he gets home after I work maybe 6 hours a day, but not straight through. Okay. So find accountability partners and then take action. Got to take action. Um, just do something. Once you write those tasks down, look at your let me give you a great example. I was talking to a neighbor today, and the neighbor was telling me that she has like mildew all over her sidewalk and her patio. And she was thinking about hiring someone, but she had a power washer. But she said a friend called her and told her to go to Home Depot and get 30 seconds. And I'm like, 30 seconds? What's 30 seconds? 30 seconds, you screw that to a water hose you have and spray that 30 seconds, and you could be your own power washer. So I was like, wow, okay. And boy, does my patio need power washing. I come home, know that I have responsibilities to do, right? I'm thinking about, okay, I need a break anyway. So I'm going to go to Home Depot and get the 30-second thing. Then all of a sudden, because I've been working on procrastinating on a project I was doing, then something said reset. I'm like, reset. It's automatic, right, with me now because I'm really need to pivot when I need to get back to a task and realize it's something that I don't have to do now, and that's definitely not a priority. So that is an example of me somewhat overcoming what I wanted, what I thought was a great idea, and I want to get it done because that's on my list to get done anyway, right? So why not? Why don't I just stop right then and go get it done? Well, anyway, I didn't do it, and I reset, push that reset button said, bah. Then I was reminded, recognize the first thing I did was I recognized procrastination. That's just what I was getting ready to do. And also, in the meantime, during that time, I evaluated my priorities. That was not my priority to go get 30 seconds. I could do that later. I could do that after dinner today or something, but I just thought that I needed a break. And then once I go to Home Depot, I can see myself going somewhere else. Then I said, then next for the reset, that next S is set manageable goals. I had already created a clear plan of action and set deadlines for things that I wanted to accomplish today. And if I would have gone to get the 30-second product, then I certainly would not have accomplished what I had set out to do. So that too was the E. The second E, that was my eliminate distractions. That was a distraction. I'm always, every now and then I go out and walk my dog whose name is Max, and I see neighbors and I just have to talk and just to get a little break. But that particular conversation I had just has me like, wow, I can't wait to go get this. And it also encouraged me um, to get done with what I wanted to accomplish today and get it later. So it enabled me to complete some of the tasks faster because I want to go get 30 seconds. And then the next was take action. I did. I took action and I came back in the house and did whatever else was on my to-do list. So reset, you guys. Whenever you find yourself being procrastinating on something, or just hit a reset button. And remember, the R is for recognize the procrastination. The E is evaluate your priorities. S is set manageable goals. E is to eliminate distractions. And T, take action. Now, as I said in the beginning, this is not an overnight thing. It's like you won't accomplish all of this overnight, but it's a process, and it's an ongoing process and requires self-discipline. And I know you can do it. If I can do it, I know you can do it. Implement strategies consistently, adapting them to suit your needs. And you can develop habits that help you overcome procrastination and achieve your goals more effectively. So, okay, guys, let's reset. And I'll tell you, if you believe that this podcast will help any of your procrastinating friends, please share this with them. And also just know that my podcast airs every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for listening. God bless you. Bye for now, and I'll see you next Wednesday.